Alright gang, it's your boy Q Deezy, Double Easy. Show you another quick repair on this BMWs. It's a common thing, especially on some of these 5 Series models where the trunks stop working, the actuators are like constantly going, or your trunk shuts but it pops right back open because it's not aligned properly. I mean, not aligned properly, that the latch is stuck in the open position. So before I get into this repair, I'm gonna just tell you, been dealing with this for about at least over a year, and I just got to the point where I was like, you know what, I don't have time for it right now. So I've been using the key, and I unplugged the motor. Now I have an extra one because I had thought that was the problem, and I had replaced it. So I got one out so I can show you guys what it looks like out. So the plug goes in there, and I've unplugged that, and that keeps this little electric motor in here from running, because it will get hot and it'll burn up the motor after a while. And that's what happened to the original one. So the original one ended up burning up because it kept running and I didn't know, and blah 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 blah. And it only do that when the key is on. However, when the key is off and it's still plugged in, it pulls the release lever, and you'll see that when I plug it in. So just look at here. Let me see if I can get a picture of it, and you'll hear it too. Check it out. Here you go. Okay, well, it didn't do it, but it does. So I think because I cut the key off and I reset everything. But what'll happen is, guys, is this thing will continue to run, and it won't allow the motor to reset back to the position it needs to be. Hence is why when you shut it, it will pop back open, because it's basically like this handle is pulled and stays being pulled. So it'll run, click, and it'll stay pulled. The motor will be pulled. You might not hear it, but you can clearly see that it pulls it. So when I take the plug out and I do this, you can hear it click, 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 click. But right now it's not doing it because I think it reset itself. Now if I go and put the key in and all that, I can show you guys that it will, but it is not necessary. This is not necessary. We're gonna get to the meat and potatoes of this, and I don't want to drag it out because I know you guys are like, get on with it, right? So the common problem is the wires in this thing. They break from the hood opening and closing, and over time it causes these wires to break. And it was a bad design. BMW decided to run the wires through here and through this tube and then out this tube, and then, you know, they were wrapped up. I unwrapped them, but these are wrapped up in plastic, and what you see is these are broke. This one is trying to break, and I got one here that's like cracked. Let me see if you can see that up there. It just broke the sheathing, but it did not break the wire. But here's the brown one that's broke, and then here's this one's broke. So we're going to connect those two back. I simply got me some butt connectors and my little electric kit here. We're going to go ahead and reconnect those guys. I'm going to add a little bit of wire to extend those little nibbles right there, and then I'm going to reposition this out of the way. I'm going to get a zip tie, and I'm going to reposition that harness out of the way so that it's not being pinched when this is closing, because that is the problem. And depending on which wires it decides to cut, you might not get no truck operation at all. You may get a lot of truck open notifications on the dashboard, which I'm getting, and that is annoying. Every few bumps or so, or it just starts saying trunk open, and of course it will be followed by no operation of the trunk. Now again, mine will work manually if I unplug it. So if yours is doing that, you can unplug it. If you haven't burned it up, you can unplug your latch, and that'll at least get you to allow it to shut. And then you just have to leave it like that and just use the key until you get it, you know, resolved. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, get this repaired, and I hope that helps. I don't think I need to go all the way and show you guys once it's done, but I'll take some pictures and put it up here for you. Again, I had been trying to play with this and figure it out, and I had looked at it before, but I didn't unwrap it all the way, so I didn't see no wires broke. So I was like, okay, well, that's not my problem, but something told me to really unwrap them all, and I did. And I got rid of the little sheathing that they have on it. It's like a little, I don't know, it's like some kind of crappy little wrap that they put on here, and I got rid of it all, and I found that. So hopefully this will rectify my problem and my trunk will work. Haven't used this trunk power by at least well over a year and a half. I just said the hell with it, and I just been using the key. But I want my power trunk back. You don't realize how much you need it until you need it. So peace out. I hope this helps. I'll get back with you. All right, so there's our wires repaired. Now we just need to see how our trunk's going to work. Hitting the button. Look at that. Now let's check our alarm, because another thing you'll notice is your alarm won't beep. It only will beep when you unlock it, but not when you lock it. So now we're going to lock. Oh, there we go. Back to normal. I have to say that's a job well done.